skinned. But when it gets summer, I also like to mix foundation. Sometimes one's too dark and one's too light, so when I mix them, it makes the perfect color, the perfect blend. So I am just going to shake this a little bit, and I am just going to be applying a lot of this just with my fingertips. I usually do that for myself, but if you would want to, for you, I'm going to be applying it with a foundation brush. So let's do mine first. I also always have some baby wipes on hand, or you can get makeup wipes. They're pretty much the same thing, but I always get fragrance free, and sometimes for sensitive skin, or just water based, because I don't want anything to irritate the skin, especially the skin on your face is very fragile. So I'm gonna start. I'm just gonna put just a little bit in my hands. I'm gonna rub it together like that, and then just going to blend it around a little bit. Goes a long way, and you don't want to pull on the skin. You just want to be very gentle. I'm still dealing with some swelling from the dentist over here, but it's going away. And then you want to make sure that you blend it in on the sides here, because you don't want a line, and you want it to blend in all down your décolleté. I will even put the foundation on my lips and on my eyelids, because it gives a good foundation for any lipstick that you put on or eyeshadow to like adhere to, and it just helps it stay longer. Alright, your turn. Here we go. Are you ready? Okay. Close your eyes, okay? When I'm doing someone's makeup, I just want them to be able to relax and just enjoy. I'm gonna get around your chin there. There you go. And can I have you lift your head up just a little bit? Just a little bit, just a little bit. I'm just gonna get your neck right there, and then, oh no, down to your décolleté. Okay, there we go. And I just want to make sure there's your eyelids. Let me get that right there. Your eyelids and your forehead. I just want to make sure it's all blended in. Blending is the key to making your makeup look natural. When I do makeup for shoots, because the lights are so bright, a lot of times, even to have a natural makeup look, I have to use like heavier foundation or much makeup that are in my chair that they may think it's a lot of makeup, but once they see the pictures, they will be able to tell that it doesn't look that way on camera, because it's just the bright lights will make you look washed out if you don't. So I use this every day. I usually put this on before I do my foundation, but it's Wet n Wild and it's called Boost Me Up, and all it is, it's like a conditioner for your eyelashes or your eyebrows. If you can see, it has a little brush on the end, and then it has kind of like a mascara wand for it. And I just put some of the product on my eyebrows, and then just sweep it through with like the wand. It just conditions the eyebrows. I used to be back in the Pamela Anderson days. What was that? The 80s, the 90s. An overplucker, like a lot of people were back then. And so I don't wax my eyebrows. I don't even pluck my eyebrows anymore. I just leave them as they are. And I just try to take care of them. Okay. So next up, I am going to use, it's concealer. It's called Incognito, and it's by Wet n Wild. I am just going to put, oh, you know what? I totally forgot to condition your eyebrows. We can't forget that. We're both getting ourselves made up, okay? Alright, here it comes. Oh, I'm so sorry. I have this all set up here and they're all standing up and I keep knocking them over. Okay, here, I'm gonna get right there, and now I'm gonna take the brush and I'm going to just comb it through your eyebrows. Okay, I get more product on here. This is only like $5. I got mine at Walgreens, but I think they may have it at Walmart or other places. Okay, here we go, your other eyebrow. I'm just gonna put some on your eyebrow there. Okay, are you ready? I'm gonna brush it through. I'm gonna brush it through right there. There you go. And that will condition your eyebrows. You can also put it on your eyelashes if you'd like. Okay. There we go. And I'm gonna put this away here. Alright, now let's get to the concealer. So, this concealer has a wand like this, and I am just gonna put a little bit right there. I'm gonna put some down the middle of my nose, and then just kinda to highlight, and then just gently. I never am like dragging my finger. I'm always just like either patting foundation and the concealer that I just put on. And again, we wanna like take it down your neck and your décolleté so it all looks pretty similar. Alright, for you though, I'm gonna use a big fluffy brush, a big fluffy brush, a big fluffy brush. It's a powder brush, so I'm gonna take the powder. Are you ready? Close your eyes. Okay, here we go. Got some powder on there, and I just wanna dust this over, and just to set, close your eyes. Okay, there you go. Just to set your makeup. Okay, now I'm gonna go down your neck and your décolleté there. Okay. That is perfect. Alright. So, the powder that I was using was translucent. So, it's pretty much So, the thing about makeup is that makeup is supposed to be fun, and it's not that serious. And at the end of it, you just wash it off and you go back to looking like you. So, no harm, no foul. So let's just have a little fun. So I am going to take, do you see that? Do you see that? I have my mirror here so I can see close up here. And I'm just going to, I have the eyeshadow that I had on today has some glitter on it, but this eyeshadow has glitter on it too. So I am just going to kind of pat that in on my eyelid there. Okay. Let's see here. So a lot of times the lighter color, I've talked about this before, light colors make things seem, it's all an optical illusion. That's what it is. It makes things seem like they were more forward, where darker things, because we're going to contour, and I'll show you that, it makes things look like they recede or give you a hollow. So it's just like painting. There's just little tips and tricks, and you don't need to use them if you don't want to. Again, it's just how you feel pretty yourself. I am going to, okay, so I'm just going to go back and forth, and now I'm going to do that to you. So I'm going to have you close your eyes, okay? I'm going to pat that on your eyelid there. Yep. Green is going to look really good with your eye color. Okay, you're going to get a little more here. I'm going to go on this side here. Okay, close your eyes. Okay, there we go. I'm going to pat that right on it. Okay. Perfect. That looks really good on you. Alright, so then for in the crease, I'm going to use a little fluffier brush like this, okay? And I used this color for the lid, and I'm going to use this color for the crease. So I was looking for my mirror and I set it on my lap. Alright, let's do the crease. Tap, tap, tap. And you're gonna go up, see just a little bit right there. And you just want to make sure, I'm just gonna deposit that in there. sparkle to it, but I kind of like that. So I'm just gonna do this right here, just right. You see where the brow arches, just a little bit right there. Just a little bit right there. Okay. Good enough. And now I am going to, so I'm just using a pencil. What is this? I think this is a Maybelline pencil. And I have to sharpen it. When you sharpen a pencil too, it also cleans it because it takes, you know, the outside of it off as you're sharpening it. Or you could spray some alcohol on it. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Okay. That's good. So do you see there's a more defined tip? I do have another, I also like eyeliners that you roll up and then it's just fine, and then it's just easier to get closer to the lashes. So I'm gonna take this and I'm just gonna get, I'm using a brown color, but you can use black or whatever you want. And what it does is lining up. Do you see? It just gives it a little extra pop right there. Okay, let's do the other side. You can also, if you want, like hold your eye out a little bit to stretch the eyelid and then draw the line. It just gives it more of kind of a tight, flatter surface to be able to get more precision. Okay. Okay, there we go. That looks pretty good. I also do a little bit underneath. And this is kind of a more glam look. So we can do that. Okay. Now it's your turn. Okay, close your eyes and I'm gonna draw this right on there, just a line right there, there. Okay, and then now this side. Okay, close. Alright, yeah. Yeah, and I like this kind. You wanna use something, if you remember back when I was younger, we used to light it with a lighter and then it would melt. And then we'd wave it around so it would cool off a little bit, but then it would be really soft, to be able to, like, you know, it would go on a lot easier. What you don't want is any kind of pencil that's really hard, because you don't want to pull your skin, everything, when you're working with makeup or skincare or anything. You just want to be really careful not to pull the skin and do too much, because it's just really delicate and we just want to be very gentle with our skin. Okay, and we could even, if we wanted and then put it on the waterline there. Or you could put it on the waterline below. But just remember, so if you have smaller eyes, that if you put it on top, just like your eyebrows, it's gonna open your eyes, okay? But once you put it underneath, it's gonna kind of close those eyes in and make them seem smaller. And so if you have smaller eyes, you may not want to line the bottom lashes. But again, it's all whatever makes you feel good. So, oh, you know what? I forgot to do underneath yours. Okay, I'm gonna have you look up to the ceiling. Yep, look up, look up, look up. This'll just be quick. Quick, quick, quick. Okay, perfect. Okay, look up one more time. Okay, here we go. Just a little bit right there. Okay, and don't worry. We're gonna make sure it's not a harsh line because we're gonna take. Do you see this angled brush here? I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna dip it in the same color that I put right there. And I am just gonna go over that line I just did. And I'm also gonna put a little bit underneath right there. Do you see I put it under that one? It just kinda makes it pop, and this will adhere to the eyeliner, and so it will stay. Okay, there we go. Let me do it to you. Okay, hold on. Alright, close your eyes. Okay, I'm just gonna go over that line there. Okay, close your other eyes. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna put that there. Okay, look up a little bit. Okay, right underneath. I'm just gonna put a little bit underneath there. And then, are you ready? Just a little bit. Right there. Okay. Now, I'm just gonna, in case anything like fell on my cheeks or anything, just going to do this and just tap a little bit around again. Some people too, if you want to do a wing, they put tape right here so that you don't get anything there, and then when you take the tape off, it has a perfect cut line for your winged eyeliner. That's pretty cool to do. So next up, we are going to do some mascara. So I have different kinds of mascara. This is Wet n Wild Mega Protein. I have that one. I have the old tried and true Great Lash. And these are all in black. And then I have this Maybelline Sky High. So I will show you the one for this. See, the wand is pretty nice there. And then let's see what the Sky High one. This is a trial size. My girlfriend, who is a beauty consultant, gave it to me. So that's about the same. I'm going to, maybe we'll do one of each. Okay. Alright. I'm just going to start at the bottom and then kind of wiggle it all the way up. Do you see the the difference between that eye and this eye, how much it's lifted. Again, it's all an optical illusion. So we're gonna do it. Take it and wiggle it up, and then I usually put extra on the outside so that it looks like your eye goes like that. And then I'm just gonna put just a tiny bit underneath. Just a little dab while I let that dry, because I'm gonna do 2 coats of that just to give it that extra oomph, you know. I'm gonna do yours. Okay, are you ready? I'm gonna have you look halfway down, just look to the floor, and I'm just gonna hold your eyelid, and I'm gonna wiggle at the very root of the eyelash and go up. Wiggle and up. Okay, now this side. Wiggle and up. Wiggle at the root and go up. Okay, now I'm gonna have you look up, and I'm just gonna put just a tiny bit on the very bottom there. Okay, look up again, the other side. Okay, I'm just gonna put a tiny bit at the very bottom. Okay, perfect. And I'm gonna put one more coat on my eyes. And I'm gonna focus on the outside, just the outside this time. It makes it look like I have false eyelashes on, but I don't. Alright, let's do that for you. Let's just do the very outside. Are you ready? Just the outside there. And here. Just the outside here. Your eyes look amazing. Okay. Next up, we are going to contour. Alright, so I have this. I think this is Maybelline Dew. It's hard to see here. Alright, if you see, one side is contour and the other side is concealer. So we're going to use the contouring side. So I'm going to take this, and you see where your cheek goes in like that. Like I said, I'm still a little swollen here from the dentist, but we're just going to just make a line like that, and over here make a line, and then we're gonna make a line there, here, and there, and then down my nose and under like that. And you can do it on your forehead too if you want to make it look like your forehead like it makes it look like you just have a really cut cheekbone. Again, it's all an illusion. I'm like a magician. Okay, and then down the nose. Again, it just makes the nose look more narrow. I like this brush because it's got this little one, so we can get in corners like that. Alright. Your turn. Alright, are you ready? Okay, I'm gonna put some contour right there. Okay, and then this side right there. Okay, I'm gonna get down by your chin here and up your jawline and up your jawline or down your jawline, either way. Okay, a little bit on either side of your nose. Then a little bit at the very bottom tip. Perfect. Okay. Now what did I do? Oh, here's that brush. Alright, let's blend that in now. Let's blend that in. Okay, you got it. And over here, I have to use this side here. Okay, and then your jawline, your chin, and your jawline. Okay, and let's use this one to go down your nose. And just blend that in, and on the other side. Alright, and then underneath, there you go. Perfect. Perfect, 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 perfect. And now I am going to, I'm going to use this. This is what I use daily. This is just a fluffy brush for my blush. So, just gonna take a little bit and just go right on top of where I went there. And same over here. Always just put a little bit like that with the leftover, and then I take it all the way down like that. Okay. Okay, your turn. Are you ready? There you go. Just a little bit there. Yep. And over here. And then I'm gonna take it down your neck and your décolleté. Okay. We're almost done. So, I just got this today. I saw somebody else. I forget where they used it, and they said they really loved it, and I saw it today. It's the Maybelline, what is it? Oh, CoverGirl Outlast. It's a lip stain, and this is in Adore. I can't remember the last time I wore a lip stain, but I already tried this early this afternoon and I really liked it. So I'm just going to outline my lips here. Then I nice thing about lip stain is that once you put it on, that it lasts all day, and all you have to do is like put, if you put lip gloss on it or something, it'll make it pop again. I really like this color. They had a lot of different colors there. And if you want to make your lips seem a little bigger, you can just overline them a little bit. And, you know, lip stains, they used to be kind of drying, but this had non-drying, and from what I could tell, it's the truth. Okay, your turn. Are you ready? Okay, here I'm gonna line the bottom first. Okay, now I'm gonna line the top. Alright, and now I'm gonna fill them in there. And now the bottom. Okay. Do that, okay? And then I'm gonna take this. I've been liking this again. I got this at Walgreens. It's called Black Radiance Lip Balm. I'd never seen it before. And all it is just like this clear lip balm. And I'm just gonna do that. And do you see it makes it the color like pop? Yeah, that's good. There you go. And pop, 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 pop. And that's it. How do you like it? Yeah, I think it turned out good. It's fun to do. And then today I have been looking for these when I shop. But I just found them today. They're exfoliating facial cleansing pads. Again, we used to use them a long time ago. But these ones are infused with essential oils that treat and protect your skin while you exfoliate and cleanse. The addition of vitamin E oil helps block free radicals, slowing down aging and reducing wrinkles. Who couldn't use that, huh? And this is by K-O-L. So there's 6 of them in there. So I'll use that tonight when I take off my makeup. And then the last step that we have, especially as a makeup artist, because once I do makeup and people are going to be under the hot lights and everything, we use a setting spray. This is Vital Beauty Makeup Setting Spray. Set and refresh. Set and refresh. Set and refresh. So we just take this, shake it, and that does feel refreshing. And what that does, it'll just dry down and set the makeup so that it stays looking really good for an extended amount of time. So, I hope you had fun doing our makeup together. I sure did. peaceful night.